quickly here. We do see a Beatrix ban, which is interesting as well. Maybe reading something into Legacy's marksman pool as well. I mean, we do see, we can't even talk last series. Beatrix kind of shined a bit, putting on a lot of damage, especially when we were watching Boca Roscoe getting chunked down on that Sicilian from the sniper shots of Beatrix. So, I mean, if you can carry her into the late game, can still be a menace. Obviously, reading into it is Apex Predators, but we're going to go moving in. That first pick up that Franco, the Iron Hook, able to kind of, I don't know how you say, upset the balance of a lot of engagements, because you can start engagements that you didn't even know you were going to be able to have, pull them back with an Iron Hook, then suppress them down with that Bloody Hunt, and then your team just does the rest, bursts them down, and then you already have an advantage for the next team fight.
And then you see LG Gold picking up that Bruno. I do agree with the Franco, especially in the early game. Once you get that Bloody Hunt, if you're able to get that off on that marksman as soon as you get it, it's just such a good advantage to prep your team for a possible first blood or a kill. But looking at the side of Apex Predator, they pick up the Masha. So this is an interesting comp they have here. It makes you question who's running where. I'm going to assume Sinzo is going to use the Masha as roam, a possible Diggy in the mid lane and a Julian in the XP lane. If it is Masha in the XP lane against the Esmeralda, might have a little bit of a harder time in terms of clearing, considering that Masha is more of that single target damage for minions, and Esmeralda has the AoE damage to be able to get faster clears, but they both have great mobility.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting too, because you do not really have a setting potential on the side of Apex Predators. You're not going to be able to find a way to kind of open up these fights, to start these fights. It's just going to be one of those, all right, we caught somebody, everybody charge in. It's not going to be one of those like a Numenon Blast from Lolita, or a Tyrant's Rage from like Hufra. But the time for talk in that banning phase is over. We are moving on to our first game, the last series of the night. It's going to be Apex Predators taking on Legacy.
Today's matches have been insane. We've been on the edge of our seats for almost every single game. Like we said, this is the final series of the day. Who will prevail and take the last spot as the top 8 team in North America? You have Legacy over there with LG Kin, LG Nash, LG XP, LG OB, and LG Gold. This team has a very high hero pool. They've used almost every jungler you can think of in ACT, every marksman. They know how to play these heroes. They know exactly what they're drafting into. Ooh. But the same thing for Apex Predator.
Yeah, you saw Millie in a little bit of a problem there. Parfait just narrowly missing a hook from that aggression from Obi there. They're still lying in wait up there, but wisely, you do see Apex Predators kind of disengaging from that top lane.
Now, looking at these two teams, the way they draft, and also their high hero pool, I'm expecting more of a heavy objective focus and not going for kills from both sides. Maybe a low kill game, as we've been seeing from teams at a higher elo. But speaking of the teams, a clash over on the bottom side.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do see that enhanced chains from Aomine does miss wide and not able to catch XP up there. Almost a little bit of a gank there as Ken came in with that heavy spin. Unfortunately, not enough there. We do see the first Lord of the game popping up here. Ken in a little bit of trying to kind of create the distance. Is he going to come in with this heavy spin? We are still waiting. You see the bait out right now. Oh, and look.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. So strong on that Panda right now. Ken able to get the retro. We do see up suppression now onto Aomine, is going to take him down, and this is a great start for Legacy in the opening 2 minutes of this match.
Oh my goodness, able to secure the first blood and also the turtle with a retribution using Ballman's lethal counter against him. What a play. It's not, too late in the game. Mistakes can happen in the early, but not too often, especially against teams who know how to prioritize objectives. And right now, like we're seeing, this Esmeralda against this Masha having to contest over on the bottom side. But speaking of clashes, you do see that Iron Hook comboed with LG Nash on the Lilia to secure that kill. What a hook. The Iron Hooks are hot in the land of Dawn right now.
Yeah, and then already diving into the jungle, our Legacy. You see XP basically kind of enforcing the will, and this is kind of the problem you get. Oh, we have a heavy spin here again. That might be putting them in trouble. Senso trying to get out of here, down to 1/2 of a health bar. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get out of here. Here comes Rico trying to slow him down. Senso putting on the nod. Is it gonna be enough to get away? XP diving deep.
Oh!
Out for it, and Rico gonna come here, be able to clean up XP, but I have to kind of question Senso turning around to that, as he looked like he was scot-free and was gonna be able to get away.
I was gonna ask that if you didn't, Private. Yeah, he had got out of there. He was able to get away, but just a little bit too much aggression, and he does go down. Speaking about a clash, look on the top side. LG Gold, the 2 versus 4 stack on the top lane.
Yeah, Golden, them still putting on the pressure right now. You see Rico trying, is going to go ahead and disengage and go back to his farming right now. And right now, the gold lead about almost 2K in favor of Legacy. And if Apex Predator wants to have a chance in this game, they're going to need to be able to mount a comeback. We do see the first tower going over for Legacy right now. So right now, are they Legacy? That's the first turtle.
Blue team hero has been slain.
Oh my goodness, what a clash. You do see Akai able to secure that turtle. What a play. The heavy defense from the side of Legacy able to secure that objective. 3-1 right now. Not any contest, not having any problem. But LG Kid hit with the lethal counter and comboed with Senzo on the Masha. But at what cost? Masha does fall, increasing the lead for Legacy. Man, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight on our hands, but right now it's just looking really good in terms of objectives from Legacy. They were able to take that top tower within the first 5 minutes. A little bit of an item check. We do see the Molten Essence picked up by the Akai. Pretty typical on those beefier jungles. But just looking at the build, Esmeralda building that dominance, Ice getting a little bit of that anti-heal. But over on the other side, you see dominance being picked up by the Masha. But the pressure right now is just too much for Apex to handle. They were able to secure that bottom tower as well without too much of an issue, and this is where it gets a little hard for a Masha on an Esme. But LG Nact in the mid lane able to take out the Diggy. The roam is down for Apex Predator, but the fight continues. You see Rico caught in between the 4 stack of Apex Predator.
Yeah, heavy spin over there, going ahead and upsetting that balance right now. This game is all Legacy right now. 1-7 and a 4K gold lead for them as like XP in a little bit of trouble there, does get that first time onto him, but they see that crushing damage on to that Diggy. Crypto getting taken down so easily by that immense damage from Gold on that Bruno.
Look at this game right now, 8-1. Legacy taking the lead. None of their towers have even they don't have a scratch on them. No damage has been taken, and they've taken every single tower, every first tower for the side of Apex Predator, giving them a huge advantage. And this is what we call a snowball, and it's running a little too fast for Apex Predator to stop. Speaking of the snowball, Turtle does go to the favor of Legacy, and they continue to pile on these objectives. Look at the gold. A 7,000 gold difference. The kill difference, 8-1. We're only 6 minutes in, haven't even hit the 10-minute mark. This is still early game, and Legacy paving the way and ready to move on to top 8.
Yeah, and right now they are still putting on that pressure, moving on from tower to tower, now taking it down to the inhibitor in the mid lane. That is still going to open up this entire jungle for Legacy to kind of just have their way. You see that hook coming out, the suppression, Aomine gets taken out very quickly. The rest of Apex Predator is going to have to disengage from that, and that means that this is going to be a free turret for the side of Legacy.
You see, and this is a really good game for Legacy, especially when they forced that Masha in the XP lane, giving LG XP the advantage in terms of cuts. You know, a lot of players don't realize how important it is for that XP lane to cut from lane to lane, to open up advantages, to take towers, to take ganks, to secure turtles, to take lords. And right now, they're just getting everything they want from these clashes.
Yeah, Aomine does get a hook landed on him, getting taken out here. They do not have an answer for this Franco right now. Not able to find the distance, the mobility that they need to kind of dodge some of these hooks. And Obi is basically feasting on these heroes, the Apex Predators right now. 1-10 right now, and about a 7K gold lead as they are moving on to this top tower. Only inhibitors left for the side of the Apex Predators.
It's insane. We're only 8 minutes in. You would think this would be around like a 15-minute mark, but this is 8 minutes into the game, and they're down to their inhibitors. The pressure right now from Legaci is insane. You do see a little bit of that Magic Sentry giving some vision on the map. Lord has spawned in. This is just the first Lord. This is not Luminous Lord. But right now, the Apex Predator just not in a position to be able to contest.
Look at how fast they are chunking down that Lord. That damage from gold on that Bruno. And this might spell doom for Apex Predators. Oh, we do see a pop-up onto Obi there, and Diggy tossing out that cute little bunny. Definitely not harmful at all to the side of Legaci right now. Trying to ward off, give a little bit of vision there as well. Lord is going to be pushing down mid lane here right now.
And this is where you see, teams pick the Diggy against the Akai, but that's where Akai shines. You can still run him as a roam or also as a jungler and throw another tank in there. Force the time journey out, but then you have another tank with CC and pressure like the Franco, who's just definitely dominating right now in terms of the iron hooks and setting up opportunities for his team.
Yeah, Lord coming in here right now. We can see the falling Moonstar from XP coming in there right now. Damage. Now, Nash trying to lay it on with those bombs and taking down Cripsu very quickly. We do see the suppression, and Rico is the next to fall. Half health, 10%, and this is going to be a victory for Legaci, taking the first victory of the night against Apex Predator.
What a...